Let's get deep, going deep, Chad and JT.
What up, Stoke Nation? This is Chad Kroger coming in with my compadre JT. What up?
What up, dudes?
How you doing, dude?
I'm chilling, dog. I'm having a
Nice.
pretty solid day. Everything's cruising as it should.
Nice. I had a pretty good morning. I pulled this move with parking. I think you're kind of the same as me with meter maids. You have a more optimistic approach. I pulled a move where I parked illegally. I knew I was going to be gone for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, this is the only spot. I'm going to park illegally, take the risk, because I was like, you know what? I think I can make it without the parking ticket, and I made it without the parking ticket. So I was pretty stoked on that.
Yeah, I think anytime you can get one over on Johnny Law,
Yeah.
it's like a huge boon to your daily happiness because you're like, I got away with something. Feels
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times people will be like, what are you doing? That's illegal. I'm like, I got this. Okay? Relax.
Yeah, you're a little bit like, don't make me think you think this is my first time. Like, I have done illegal shit like this before.
Yeah.
I know how to do it, and I'm prepared for the consequences.
Yeah. They're like, oh, are you scared of... I'm like, no, I'm like, are you scared of authority? Because I'm not. And I'm going to park in this fucking spot.
Yeah, it's a little bit like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where like the sister's consistently annoyed with Ferris getting away with like cool shit. It's
Yeah.
like, well, it's not really something that you should be preoccupied with.
Yeah.
He's doing him, you do you,
Yeah.
and you're on your own courses.
Her whole day got ruined because she was all pissed off about what he was doing, and he was just like chilling.
He wasn't thinking about her at all.
Yeah. That's like, you know, with parking spots, like I'll park in loading zones all the time, and, you know, people will question it. I'll be like, what? I'm loading. You know, like, what?
I came back out. I parked in a loading zone one time, and I went inside a store, and then when I came out, a parking attendant was trying to give me a ticket, so I bolted across the street, and I was like, dude, what are you doing? I'm leaving. I'm parked in the loading. I was here for less than 5 minutes. And
Yeah.
he just kept riding it without acknowledging me.
Yeah.
So then I jumped into my car, started it, and went to pull away, and then he was like, stop, and I just didn't listen to him the same way he didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
And then he came running up, and he banged on my window.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you doing? I told you to stop. I was like, dude, I was trying to talk to you for like 30 seconds. You didn't acknowledge me at all. Now you want me to acknowledge you? He's like, you were parked illegally. I was like, it's a 5-minute loading zone. He's like, you have to be in the car while loading.
Yeah.
Or like in and out of the car. And I was like, all right. And then he was like, all right. And then I drove away.
So you didn't get the ticket.
I didn't get the ticket.
Nice.
Yeah. I hate how they do that. They just like start writing you a ticket, and then you come up and try to talk to them. They must be trained to do this. And they
Yeah.
just like tunnel vision, like horse and erase it. And they just like are like da-da-da-da-da-da-da and keep writing you a ticket. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, acknowledge me.
Yeah.
I'm a full human being.
I think they deal with dickweeds so often that even when like a compassionate, kind, wise dude with good vocab comes up to them
Thanks.
and probably drops like a huge word on him, they're just like, wow, that was impressive, but I'm still gonna fuck this dude up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they have to treat everyone the same regardless of vocab.
yeah. So but maybe they should take that into consideration. Like if the dude drops like the word rapscallion or some shit, then they'll be like, all right, dude.
You, sir, are being a rapscallion. He's like, whoa.
Impressive.
Yeah.
You can park illegally.
You like an actor in an Oscar Wilde play? You can park however you want.
Yeah.
I'm like, thanks, bro.
You know what? Stay here. Keep your car here.
Stay here.
Do you have to like read a book while you're here or something?
Yeah, he's like, you're probably needing to read a book across the street, so you had to park here illegally. I'm like,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Nice. Well,
There's words like that, like, I suppose, or,
yeah.
yeah, we often hang out. Like, if you say often like that, it sounds like smarty, but it's not really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had a time where I was dropping the word certainly a lot,
Yeah.
and I felt super fancy. I'd be like, well, certainly. And people would be like, oh, and I'd be like, fuck yeah.
One time, my dad sent my brother, my friend Ross, and my friend Anthony to hitch an ATV to the back of a truck.
Yeah.
And like none of us knew how to do it. And Anthony was like the best at working with like, you know, tools or cars, or I don't know what the umbrella term is. But he kept explaining it to us, and then my friend Ross kept asking questions like, so we're gonna like put it on top of the ball and then it's gonna hook, and he's like, essentially.
Yeah.
And he kept saying essentially, and finally at one point Ross was like, we quit trying to sound fucking smart saying essentially. Okay, we get it. Like Anthony like kind of like went weak shoulder and was like, damn. And I was like, but you were saying essentially a lot.
Yeah. Essentially, it didn't work.
Essentially, he got called out for saying essentially.
It is a good word. I use that word in an attempt to like with chicks or something. I'll be like, well, essentially, I'm from California, and they'll be like, and then I'll get laid. Yeah,
It's a tried and true method.
yeah. I actually never mind.
No, say it.
I've been considering getting vocab cards after doing this podcast with you.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe you should have left that one in the head.
Stupid.
No, I dig it. I dig it. It's funny to be like vulnerable about learning. Like, dude, by the way, I'm gonna start learning more. And then your friends are like, you better not.
Yeah.
What? You geek? You're gonna try and learn more? Oh, why? So people will think you're learned? And then you're like, this is why I don't talk to you guys.
Fine, I'll shotgun this beer. Just will you let me go?
Yeah, dude, I always think that like guys are so funny with like the way they can hate on their friends for like self-improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Or just the way that like guys can be like casually cruel to each other.
I think there's a lot of dudes that try to do like, because how, like you talk shit with your boys.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dudes that try to do that, but they don't do it effectively. It's just like mean.
Yeah.
And not funny.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? I'm just talking shit. I'm like, no, you just kind of suck.
Yeah, you just kind of decimated a dude for no
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, you can't take shit, dude. You can't take shit. And you're like, I can take shit. Like, don't question that. But you fucking suck.
So anyway,
Yeah.
I'm fucking Trevor's mom. The story.
Trevor still hasn't gotten laid.
Trevor, tell the story about when I banged your mom.
Dude, how come Trevor doesn't want to hang out? What's going on?
It's like, he's trying to go to law school? What?
All right, Trevor. Yeah. I've known a lot of dudes like that.
Yeah, I've been that dude like that. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not coming from a place of, like, innocence. Like, I've been a bully to people I'm close to. And then some people are just cool, and so you try to put them in that position, and they're just like I had a friend, Robbie, who he went to a new elementary school, and two of the kids in his class, to pick on him, went to his house and started throwing rocks at it, and he popped out of some bushes, and he was like, what are you guys doing? They're like, throwing rocks at your house. He's like, all right, I'm in. And he just started hucking rocks at his own house.
Nice.
Like, he wanted to be a part of the group so bad, and he understood the psychology of it so well.
Wait, he was throwing up in his own house?
At his own house. Like, they came to bully him, so they started, like, hucking rocks at his house. Like, oh, he's going to feel like such a bitch when he sees us. And then he popped out of a bush like a weirdo. Like, he was already living in nature and stuff
Yeah.
like that, like loners do. And then, and he was like, what are you guys up to? And they were like, And then one of them stepped up and was like, yeah, we're throwing rocks at your house. What are you going to do about it, bitch? He's like, help you. And he started
Breaks his own window.
Yeah, it was like hucking rocks at his own house.
Nice.
He's like, yeah, bullying his parents.
There's all these rocks thrown at our house. Yeah. But I made friends.
Yeah, you nerds. All right.
Dive into current events.
Yeah, so yesterday, Stephen Hawking passed away.
Bummer. He's a rad dude.
Yeah, it's like I'd have trouble saying what he did besides, like, science.
Yeah.
But mass respect to him. I mean, especially when you take into consideration, like, the physical limitations he had to endure.
Yeah, how much pain was he in?
Daily?
Yeah.
A substantial amount. I don't
Yeah.
think his life was ever easy.
I'm not a big science guy.
Well, you
but
like it.
Yeah, for sure. I like the universe, and that's all I gotta say.
What else is wild about him is that he, like, left two of his wives, I think, for new chicks after the ALS had completely made him immobile.
That he was still a coxman. I'd like to see how that went down.
Yeah, they made a movie about, like, his relationship with his first wife. I think I'd rather see him when he was in his player days.
Yeah. He just rolls in.
He's out in the field.
He just hanging dong.
Him and Mystery are at a bar together.
Yeah. Just what up?
Yeah, I heard Stephen Hawking read The Game, and then he would go peacocking at bars.
He would,
Like, he'd be in his wheelchair, but with, like, a cool hat and goofy sunglasses, and then he would nag chicks.
Yeah.
He'd be like, that's an ugly purse you have there. And I was like, oh, my God.
Nice jeans, idiot.
Nice jeans, idiot. I'm just kidding. Ha, 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 ha. Is it cruel to the dead to do impressions of them?
I don't know. This one's pretty fresh.
He was a beast, though. He lived a hell of a life.
Yeah. What else we got?
Siesta Key.
Oh, dude, my favorite.
Chad and I have been watching Siesta Key lately.
It's a riveting drama. A lot of betrayal. I think they really did a good job with the villain because he has a broken jaw. So it's like even with the wired shut jaw, he's still just destroying homes and just being, what's his name? Alex?
Alex.
They all hate you. They don't love you.
Yeah, he's talking to this pretty girl, Juliet, who's dating another guy, but they have a history together. And then he, with a broken jaw, kind of makes her feel bad in a way where it's like he's the only one who understands her. And he's like, they're all talking shit on you. None of them like you. Do you hear them? They're being real.
And she's such a babe, too, and she still makes out with him, even though he's got a wired shut jaw. I'm like, first off, that's dangerous.
Yeah, it looks unsafe.
Second, this guy's a fucking douche.
And there's something when you get a wired shut jaw,
Yeah.
it's like on your teeth.
Yeah.
Like all of his teeth look like the bad guy from that James Bond movie Jaws, where it's like it's all steel in his mouth.
Yeah.
It's kind of unappealing. You can't imagine a 10 smoke show like Juliet
I know. I don't know.
finding that appealing.
I don't know what she's doing. He's just spitting game with his jaw wired shut. He's like, "What up?" And she's like, "Oh." He's like, "Fuck yeah."
Well, I think there is something hot in having that kind of like obscene confidence
Yeah.
in the face of such when your face is such a horror.
You just stroll up. What up, guys?
What up? I'm here to take your chicks.
All right.
You got a wired shut face, bro.
Hell, hey, Alex.
Hey, what's up?
Nothing. How's your jaw?
Oh, it feels good.
So what do you want to talk about?
Everybody hates you except for me.
What?
Hey, come here.
No, I'm dating Kyle.
Kyle's cool, I guess. Whatever.
What?
Nothing.
Did you just invite me on your yacht to like try and hook up with me?
Yeah.
Fine.
Siesta Key, dude. It's a fire show. Everybody listening, watch it. It'll fill your day with a lot of joy.
Yeah.
You want to shout it out?
I got a video from a couple of legends. I should just... These two bros, Cole DeGroat and Jack Michael. What up, dudes?
What up, legends?
They sent me a couple of videos of them giving what up council speeches at their school.
What?
Yeah, and I just want to commend them. Their writing was super solid, and they're super passionate. And it wasn't the same speeches as ours, but like same kind of framework, and I was super honored by that. You know, even from the video, I could feel the passion. I'm like, I gotta give these guys a shout out.
JT, we're here to talk about the ideals of the energy that this committee provides. Look around you. Every single one of you has such an imaginative brain, and the thing is, we have to combine it into one idea. Quit nitpicking with the clicks that you guys pregame this huge speech for. Focus on what really matters. Be temple of how hard...
Do you hear the passion in that?
Yeah.
It's magnetic.
You guys are fire, dude.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much for sending us those.
That was straight fire.
Straight fire.
There was so much passion in your voices, and I could feel it percolating throughout the room, and you guys got everybody fucking amped, dude.
Yeah. Cole DeGroat, Jack Michael, what up? Thank you, legends.
Dude, that just hit me with a spike of something good, dude, because I'm feeling like jacked up from my knees up to the feet up, dude.
I can see it. You got goosebumps.
Ah.
Ooh, ooh.
Thank you, fellas. Thank you for that. You just changed my day, which could change my life. All right. Guys, as always, we are sponsored by Helix Beer Bongs. Helix has the top-of-the-line beer bong for you. They got great, reliable valves, super clean tubing, and a top funnel that'll make your dad want to rip a bong load with you.
Yeah, I remember one time I was using a Helix beer bong, and my dad caught me having a rager at the house. I'm like, "What are you doing home?" He's like, "I came home early," and he was pissed at first, but then he saw we were working with a Helix beer bong, and he's like, "I'm pissed, but what are you guys working with there?" I'm like, "Oh, Dad, it's Helix. Check it out." And he's like, "Fuck," and I'm like, "Yeah."
I think for any gearhead, when they see a Helix beer bong, they just want to get closer to it, check it
Yeah.
out, see how it works.
And for a limited time, they have their flabongos. Spring break season, guys. Cabo. I hope you guys are going out.
Be
there.
prepared.
And make sure you grab that flabongo, because it just adds a little something extra to the beer bong experience. Because you're like, I'm not only getting a beer bong, but I'm also kind of getting in touch with nature, and that is just fire.
Yeah, and then Chad and I use our Helix beer bongs for more than just beer. I pour water into it. I pour coffee into it. I pour green juice into it.
Oh yeah.
Anything that I'm trying to basically drink, I put into the beer bong and I take it down lickety
Smooth.
split.
Yeah. You just
Super smooth.
twist that valve and it just like slides in.
Oh, dude, it's a beautiful ride.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Helix Beer Bongs, for all you do. Guys, if you have any Helix Beer Bongs, send us a video of you dropping down a brewski.
Please do. And again, we're sponsored by Douglas Lubricant, the top lubricant in the game right now. I don't want to get into the nitty-gritty details, but it makes for really smooth boning.
Douglas is just top of the line. You know, a lot of people, they just when they think of lube, they think of KY. But I'm asking you guys to think outside the box, because this is fully organic, super smooth, smells great, simple design. So it's not like all flashy, like you bring out like, oh, I'm bringing out lube. It's just like, this is part of my repertoire.
It's subtle. It won't scare away your partner.
Yeah. And I think they have different selections, you know. There's
Yeah, there's strawberry,
yeah.
there's Febreze, and then there's anal.
Shout out to Douglas, dude. You're a beast.
All right, let's get into it. My dog Chad, who is your legend of the week?
My legend of the week. Okay, my legend of the week is Sarah from Sarah's Kitchen. So in college, there was this place called Sarah's Kitchen where we would all go post Rager, usually Sundays, to just brunch, have some mimosas, eat some omelets, and keep the party going a little bit. And I just want to give a shout out to Sarah. She was so accommodating, very motherly vibe. So, like, I knew I was in good hands while getting fucked up on a Sunday morning. You know, thank you for continuing the party. You know, people say Sundays, they get Sunday scaries, but with you, Sarah, I get Sarah's Sundays.
My legend of the week is my dog, Brooks.
Brooks, what up, dude?
He's just a freaking legend, dude. I have grown up with him my whole life. He was one of the tallest kids at our junior high, but he was super laid back. He one time threw an apple at a kid on a bicycle, and when the apple hit the kid's leg, the apple broke in half.
Nice.
He has other feats of strength. He's doing CrossFit right now, which keeps him strong. He also shot our music video about Melania Trump.
Yeah.
And if you guys have seen it, it's visually sumptuous, and that's all because of his cinematic eye. So muchas gracias to him for being a wonderfully intuitive director of photography.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then outside the workforce or outside of work, he's just a fucking killer dude to hang out with.
So killer.
He's great vibes all the time. He's warm. He's compassionate. He's intelligent. His family is super, super solid. Big ups to Rob and Chris and Chloe. Always loved hanging out with you guys. Always loved coming over and kicking it at your crib, sleeping in the game room, leaving the dehumidifier on, which always fucked with my throat, but I guess was good for Brooks.
Yeah. And Brooks, I just want to give a shout out to just your overall vibe. You know, it's just a vibe of coolness. I think whenever you enter a room, it's just like everyone can feel it. They're like, all right, this is chill, you know, like, especially because he's such a tall dude, but he has such a cool, laid back vibe. And you can just hear it in his voice. It's just sort of like a calming effect where you're just like, all right, I feel good with this guy in the room. It's a very solid energy. And whenever I edit those, look at the edits for the videos, and I can see him talking from behind the camera or not see him, I can hear him talking from behind the camera. I'm just like, damn, this guy is positive vibes all the time.
Like, he's sensitive when he's shooting, and then he's strong when he's moving.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Who is your babe of the week?
My babe of the week is my first grade teacher, Miss Daphne. I was at that age where I'm like, I just didn't really understand the magical effect that a babe could have on you. But then I'm in first grade, and Miss Daphne, whenever she would like teach me like the ABCs or like teach me about different colors or like even like touch me, I felt this like tingling feeling in my body. And I'm like, whoa, I don't know what this is yet, but like she gets me super excited. And so looking back now, I know that was my first like experience of a little boner. Thank you so much for exposing me to the magical world of like female touch.
Those junior boners kind of shape who we become.
Yeah.
All right, dude. My babe of the week is Tammy Taylor. Tammy Taylor is Connie Britton's character from Friday Night Lights. For those of you who haven't seen Friday Night Lights, do not turn off the podcast, finish it, but then go watch Friday Night Lights. It's a wonderful show about America, about community, about what brings us together despite our differences, and I think it's a lot of fun, super well made, and just a really complete emotional experience. But let's get back to the babe of the week, Tammy Taylor. It's such a great character. Like, she has the 3 S's. She's super hot, she's super empathetic, and she's super ambitious. She not only is like a great mom, she not only supports Coach, who's trying to, win football titles in like the pressure cooker of West Texas, but she also, spoiler alert, goes from being a stay-at-home mom to a school counselor to a school principal to a college chancellor. It's an incredible journey, and she takes the whole journey with so much grace and dignity, and her heart's always in the right place. She's trying to help the kids. And she's just very understanding of people's mistakes, and that, to me, is so hot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she can just see, she can separate the sin from the sinner. And I think that compassion is what allows the sinner to become what they really want to be, which is a moral winner. Sorry for the rhyming. But I like people like Tammy Taylor. And Connie Britton, you played that character beautifully. You really just made her America's hot mom.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you. All right, dude. Who's your beef of the week?
Sorry. My beef of the week is with just carbs in general. Yeah, I grew up loving sourdough toast. I grew up loving sandwiches. I grew up loving spaghetti, pasta. And once I heard about the debilitating effects of carbs, I felt so betrayed. Why do you have to taste so good but have such a negative effect on my bod? It just really makes me fucking pissed off. Like, I just wish I could go to this spaghetti factory in Newport Beach right now and just, like, eat a bunch. But, like, carbs are poison. It just really bums me out to know that, carbs did not have my back and were actually making me foggy-headed and just not a beast. That makes me so pissed off. Be a little more helpful to my body so I can, like, eat the fuck out of you, but also, like, put on a show at the beach. So that's my beef.
Absolutely. The pleasure is there, but the pain in between the pleasure is too much.
Mm-hmm. Who's your beef?
You want to hear about my beef of the week? My beef of the week is with Puzio. Puzio was a dude in high school who, after school one day, so just a little context. Freshman year of high school, I was 4 foot 11 and a half inches, 97 pounds. I was small, and a lot of my teachers actually told me I had small man complex, which is where you overcompensate for your size by being loud and ferocious. So I did have a little bit of an edge. Puzio was also really small. He was a year older than me. He was about 5'1", 105 pounds, and a gymnast. Like, he used to do the rings. So he was kind of shredded. After school one day, he came up, and maybe because of some pressure from his boys, he tried to punk me and put me in a headlock. I was having none of it. So I tossed him off me, and I was like, what, bitch? And then the whole school, like, literally... I didn't know this many kids went to the school, surrounded us. Like, kids were like coming out of like the sewer lids and like coming out of like windows. I was like, dude, where the fuck do all these people come from? They're all staring at us and they're like, fight, 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 fight. And then Puzio was like, I'm going to fight you at the football game tonight. It was Friday when this happened, so Friday Night Lights. So I was like, all right. So I went home to my mom and I said, Mom, this kid Puzio challenged me to a fight tonight. I'm going to the football game and I'm going to fight him because I keep it super real with my parents. And my mom was from Colombia and she understood noble combat. And she's like, okay, she was like, Jean Thomas, it's okay. Go to the game. Go to fight him. And I was like, thank you, Mom. And she's like, but first, let my friend Scotty drive you. So my family friend Scotty drove me to the game, gave me a quick pep talk. I got there, and I was still hoping the fight wouldn't happen because I was like nervous to fight in front of people because you're worried you're just going to look like an idiot. But all my older friends were like, dude, you got to fight him. And I like trusted my older friends. Like, they actually knew what the fuck they were talking about. I don't know why they said I had to fight him. I never pursued the question that deeply, but they were like, you got to fight him. And I was like, all right, fuck it, let's go fight. So we walk outside the football stadium, and there's like literally, again, I've never seen such a big congregation of people in my life. Like, this was like a heavyweight title fight. There's like just like a huge circle of people, and I walk in, Puzio's already shirtless and he's punching a guy's hands, like warming up. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what, are you even training for this since we got into the argument today? And then all my friends were like, all right, dude, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go in there and you're gonna like, he's gonna try and tackle you, you're gonna knee him. And I'm listening to my friends like they know what the fuck they're talking about. Meanwhile, nobody knew what the fuck they were talking about. Fight starts, I take my shirt off, got a few little woo woo when I took my shirt off, which felt good. Got in there, I looked at him, pow, my lights go out. But then I come back. I just got hit in the head, but I was okay. We start fighting. We were both so little, we couldn't really hurt the other one badly. Like, it was more just like hitting each other with pillows. But I mean, it was crazy. And I was such an idiot. I would punch him to the ground, and then I'd go. I didn't want to punch a guy when he was down because I'd watched too many action movies and I believed in honor. So I'd stand up and go, get up, get up, get up. And then we'd keep fighting. And we'd get really tired. So then we'd have round breaks where we'd go back to our friends, me, the freshmen, him, the sophomores. And my friends were like, you're doing great. You're doing great. Like, work your jab more. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll work my jab more. And then all of his friends were like, you're doing great. You're doing great. We go back in there. This time he's got rings on. And he starts clobbering me with rings. And I was like, hey. I like stopped the fight. I was like, time out. I was like, dude, take the fucking rings off. Take them off. And he was like, all right. He took the rings
Put
off.
on brass rings.
He put on like those cheesy like independent like you know
Yeah.
He wore a bunch of them on his hand. He started hitting me and I was like, damn. I was like, fucking, it hurts.
Yeah.
And then I was like, why are you wearing rings? I was like, take the rings. Because at no point was I ever really mad at him.
Yeah.
I was only doing this out of pressure. So then we get back in there. We start squaring up more. We start scrapping more. I run at him to tackle him. He gymnasts me, like jumps over me, like split-legged, and I fall down a huge hill. I was at the bottom of that hill, and I was like, this is it, par. And I just climbed up that hill dramatically, one step at a time. I got to the top of the hill. He went to punch me. I grabbed him like this, forward way, started strangling him with my hand across his throat. He kept trying to hit me, but I just squeezed hard on his neck, and he went, ugh. And he went to the ground, and then I just choked him until he vomited. And then I started kicking him in the stomach once or twice, and then I went, fight's over. And as I was walking away, he was like, par! But he couldn't get off the ground. I was like, you're done, Puzio. You're done. And then I walked away and all my friends were like, whoa, dude, you won. And like chicks were coming up to me. They're like, oh my God, you won the fight. And like my mom's friend Scott was there. And he's like, how'd you do? I was like, I won. And I went home and I had like big knots on my head because one of the times when I tackled him, I went down to jump on him. He was wearing his shoes. He like up kicked me in the forehead. And I was like, blah. And then I got home. My mom took pictures of my head. She's like, they may try to sue you. So I'm going to take, my mom's from Colombia. She said, I'm going to take pictures of your head. So they took pictures of like my bruised up face. It wasn't that bad. And then I was like so stoked. Then the next day I get on Instant Messenger and my buddy Andrew Hill, who like really understood fighting and high school culture, texted me. He's like, hey, you lost the fight. And I was like, what? I was like, I kicked his ass. He's like, you can't walk away from a fight. You lost. That's what everyone's saying. So I get to school on Monday and everyone in my grade's like, you won. But all the older kids are like, you lost. You walked away. And I was like, so what does that mean? They're like, it means you have to fight him again. And I was like, God damn it, dude. God fucking damn it. Is this going to define the rest of my fucking life? I was like, I don't want to go through that pressure cooker again. I fought the kid. I won the fight. The movie's over, all right? There will be no Karate Kid 2. And then I was just like, dude, I'm not going to fight him. And then so Puzio, sensing that apprehension in me, would just follow me around all day and be like, fight me again, Par. I was on Adderall. It made me fight worse. I hadn't taken Adderall at this point. Now having taken drugs, they make you fight better. So I was like, fuck, dude, I'm not going to fucking fight you. Just leave me the fuck alone. Move on with your life. And he wouldn't. He'd like text me. He'd like message me at home and be like, hey, when are you going to fight me again, Par? And I was like, dude, I was like, you got to move on. It's not going to happen. And so basically I just ignored him for a while. And that was the end of it. But here's the real kicker. I've grown since then. I'm like $170 now with a solid squat. He's still like 5'2". So I just want to put it out into the world that Puzio, if you want to settle it once and for all, I will fucking beat your ass, you fucking bitch.
Way to throw it out there at the end, dude. That was a riveting story. I was like really engaged in that.
Thank you, dude. That's my beef of the week, Puzio.
Yeah, Puzio, suck it, dude. Par's gonna beat the fuck out of you.
Puzio, I can't wait to get my hands on you.
Yeah, dude.
You ruined so many days my freshman year, you fucking piece of shit. And you know I beat your ass the first time. It should never even have come to this.
Nice.
Plus, I was like getting off him. Like I gave him a lot of advantages in the fight that now, as a more bitter person, I wouldn't allow.
Yeah, the fact that he put rings on, it's just like, give me those rings. Let me put them on. And you're like, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah. He also I had him in a headlock at one point. He was like punching me in the balls.
Oh.
And I was like saying it to the 9,000 people who were there. I was like, hey, so everyone knows, Puzio's hitting me in the balls right now. Is this your hero? Is this your friend, Puzio?
Is this your king?
Is this your king?
Is this your king?
Is this your king, the ringed ball puncher? I want everyone to know I fought with nobility.
Yeah. Fucking Puzio. Puzio, get your shit together, dude.
Puzio, you were so stupid. He was always a stupid person.
Yeah. It seems like it would have been enough just to clown on him for being a gymnast.
Yeah, I mean, he did have people did clown on him a lot.
Yeah. So maybe it sounds like he had the little man syndrome.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was like he was like his little man syndrome of his grade, and I was my little man syndrome of my grade.
Yeah. You didn't win the fight. You walked away.
Dude, he was throwing up on the ground and crying, and he was like, Par. And I was like, do I have to kill him? Do I have to go up behind him, do the fucking Mel Gibson from Lethal Weapon, just grab his jaw in the back of his head, twist it hard until his neck breaks? I'm like, Puzio, you're literally incapacitated.
You know what you should have done? You should have done that move from Black Panther where you throw him down. I mean, you didn't have a waterfall, but you could have just thrown him down the hill.
Just put him over my shoulders and held him.
Just looked at is this your king? And then he just,
Yeah, but see, that Killmonger was more upset in Black Panther.
Yeah, you were just doing it because pressure.
I was just trying to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, undo. Oh, other funny thing. I called my mom right before the fight. I was like, hey, Mom, fight's on. I got to go. I left my phone on. Totally accidentally. So my mom listened to the whole fight from home and was like, Jean Thomas, get him, no. She had a playback. She heard me roll down the hill and was like, Jesus Christ. And then she heard me at the bottom of the hill be like, oh, fuck. All right, come on, Par, we got this. All right, one step at a time.
Oh, Jean Thomas.
Oh, she was so proud of me, too, when I got home. My mom was like, Jean Thomas, no more fighting, but I'm very proud of you for standing up for yourself and for winning the fight. I was like, thanks, Mom.
Your mom's the best.
Dude, she's a beast, bro.
She is.
Because she used to do that to me. I remember one time I was fighting this kid in kindergarten, and I wasn't hurting him, and then he just kept going at me, and then my mom just looked at me, and we made eye contact, and she nodded her head yes, and then I fucking kicked the kid in the face. My mom was like... She thumbs up to me.
Nice work, Jean Thomas.
Yeah, because I was in karate at the time, so I was like, oh, it's on, bang.
Yes, sensei.
Yeah, exactly. Once it was deputized by my mom, I was like, all right, this is fair. All right, let's get into some questions. John, what up, Chad and JT? I'm currently away at college having a sick time. However, I think I'm starting to get feelings for my at-home hookup buddy who doesn't go to school near me, and I feel it's affecting my ability to pull at school. Any advice on what I should do in this situation? Love the pod. Keep doing what you're doing.
Did you say what the distance is?
It's not near him. So I would imagine that means at least a state away.
I would either do one of two things. I'd either end that hookup buddy relationship so that you can move forward in your endeavors, or I would explore that love and maybe do a long distance thing, which doesn't sound like you want to do, but don't deny love, dude.
My dog, John, I like where Chad's coming from. I always think that true love is something to pursue and to cherish. But I actually have a sneaking suspicion that in this case, it's not necessarily the buddy that you miss. I think you miss home. And the buddy is an extension of that. Like, you're having fun at college, but you still have unresolved feelings of not wanting to let go of who you were and what you had. And I think the best advice I can give you is to let go and go full head of steam into this new life and really experience all of it. Because if you experience it with an eye towards the past, you're going to miss a lot of stuff in front of you. So really just get fucked up and learn new things and discover what the world has to offer you.
So not only cut off that relationship, just look full steam ahead.
Yeah.
And just like, all right, that was home time. This is now.
And they'll be back. I mean, dude, there's breaks. You know, there's Thanksgiving, there's Christmas, there's summer.
Yeah. But there is, whenever you move to a new place, you're always thinking about, your buddies back home or whatever. And it's just like, it just gets in the way.
Yeah, and it's a good problem to have. It's a problem of abundance where John has a lot of things that he likes and maybe cherishes.
Yeah.
But at that age, you got to just take what's in front of you.
Yeah. I agree. Puzio! Where you at, dude?
Puzio, you fucking bitch, dude.
Dude, Puzio, you fucking piece of
If
shit,
you're
dude.
anywhere near where we're recording, dude, I swear to God, I'll come find you right now.
Dude, if Puzio is right outside this recording area, I will fuck you up so hard, dude.
Puzio, we're going to smash you, dude. You got no fucking clue.
Yeah.
I wear rings like crazy now.
Puzio, I have a steel-toed Vans shoe.
I got 30 rings on my toes.
Puzio, I will hit you in the balls.
Puzio, I'm going to hit you with a stick. All right. Tommy, what up, boys? This is more for JT, but Chad, I would appreciate your input as well. A couple weeks back, I was at a late-night party with a few of the homies and a bunch of randoms. After gauging the room, we realized that we didn't know anyone and the party was going to be super lame. We decided to remedy this situation by being the most fucked up guys at the party. That's awesome. That's me editorializing. While at the party, I was fucking around with my boys by using some dank vocab words. After showing off my stuff to the squad, a random chick who I wasn't talking to interrupted the whole party to expose me. She said, I literally just met you and I already hate you. You think you were so fucking cool using your vocab words, but you're not. Shut the fuck up. I could have ended this girl's whole career, but I decided otherwise. Regardless, it was a super embarrassing moment. My question for you guys is, how do I use my vocab without sounding like a pretentious fuck? Thanks, Tommy.
JT?
My dog, you got called out and her gripe is legitimate. And I don't say that to judge you at all. I love that you're trying to expand your intellectual world. I think that's a wonderful endeavor and it's going to pay dividends for the rest of your life in a lot of parts of your life. But you do make yourself vulnerable to these kind of attacks, and everybody's vulnerable to different things. We all have our weaknesses. I've definitely been called out for that a bunch of times, dude, where people are like, I've been by my friends sometimes. They're like, you pseudo-intellectual bitch. Like, you're overcompensating, just trying to sound like a smart guy. We all know you're fucking generic as fuck. And you know what? I just had to just take that shit in stride. And I like that you didn't end her career, because I think, like we've said before, it takes more courage to let a jabroni live.
Yeah, I would say there's such a thing as trying too hard, too. You don't want to be one of those guys who's trying too hard. Like, where you learn like 10 new words and you're just firing them off nonstop. People are like, all right, dude, we get it. You know, you want to sprinkle them into the conversation to where it's like, you want to be graceful in that. You don't want to just, because no one likes a guy who knows everything, a know-it-all. Because you want to be a man of the people. You don't want to be like one of those guys who's like, yeah, I go to Harvard, and you're like, all right, well, I'm not gonna hang out with you, fucking douche.
Dude, I think Chad's absolutely right. I think you're like a baby cobra right now with your vocabulary, where you don't know how much of it to use in your bite, so you're putting too much poison into your bite. Poison being a huge vocabulary. So you're just gonna learn as you become a bigger cobra how much poison to use with each bite.
Yeah.
And you don't need to use all of it to kill somebody. Jaywalk. Dear Chad and JT. What up, Chad and JT? It's your boy Josh, also known as Jaywalk from the East Coast. I've been lifeguarding for some time now. Thank you for your service. And it totally blows. I'm not going to go into much detail, but my manager sucks. my coworkers eat ass, and I really just want to chill. However, there are some benefits, like meeting hot women I wouldn't have met, and I keep a pretty nice bronze throughout the year. Can you give me any advice on what to do? Please help. Sincerely, your East Coast boy, Jaywalk.
Oh, well, dude, when I first heard the first part of the question, I heard I'm a lifeguard. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. So, I wouldn't, I guess there's some variables in there that you don't like, like your coworkers eat ass and your boss sounds like a fucking nimcum fucking poop. So just focus on the positives. Like, think about what you're doing. You're bronzing. You're saving lives. You're potentially making out with hot chicks. Just block all the negativity out and just be like, at least look at what I am doing. And then your coworker might come up to you and just, start eating ass, and you're like, just block them out.
Yeah, I agree. I think you are our East Coast boy, Jaywalk. Corey, what up, bros? Third-time commenter, long-time listener. Love the show and love you too. I'm euthanizing my freedom officially to my baby mom in October, which means one more epic bash with my boys. If you bromosexuals were planning a final bash for one of your homies, how would you send them off into the sunset?
Final bash with the homies?
Yes, sir.
Stick to your guys' favorite things and just like hit each of those points. Like, what do we like to do? We like to get Corona-ritas at Chili's. Then we like to go, pregame doing this. Then we like to do a house party, whatever.
I think you got to think bigger, though, dog.
You think you got to go bigger?
This is the final send-off.
Yeah, you're right.
I think he wants us to say Cabo to him, or New Orleans, or Austin.
Yeah, you're right. I fucked up. You got to go to Cabo.
Run it back. Hit it.
Yeah, all right. My bad, dude. I think I was in a weird place. You got to go to Cabo. You got to go to New Orleans. You got to go to Mardi Gras. You got to go where there are wet t-shirt contests, pharmacies with illegal substances, AMF, adios motherfuckers, El Squid Row, chips, guac, tanning, babes, dudes with sombreros, Cabo.
Yeah, dude, I think the places you got to go. I mean, I'm sure you guys have your favorite partying places. It might be Vegas. If you got the means, go to Cabo, go to New Orleans. Some of these new cool cities that people are doing are like Austin and Nashville. I have not been to Nashville, but I heard it's sick as fuck. I think the thing that I would be most on top of is the makeup of the crew. Make sure you got your chill dudes who are just fun to hang with. And then make sure you got your party guys who know how to bring it.
That's a very good point.
And then and make sure you've got like one kind of like family member type who will keep you in check so you don't come apart too much
And die.
Yeah, exactly. And pick one of the go-tos, the Cabo, the Vegas, the New Orleans, the Austin, and absolutely let it rip.
Yeah, make sure you get a wild card in there like Ass Clown who will get naked the first day and get kicked out of the hotel so you guys have an amazing story.
Yeah, that's true. There's always that one friend who's like a little bit of a problem, but the problems in the long run end up being like the substance of all the best stories.
The best.
Yes.
What was I going to say? Oh, make sure Puzio's there so you can fuck him up.
Yeah, make sure Puzio's, whatever city you go to, invite Puzio too so you guys can fucking hit him in the nuts.
Yeah.
Catherine, hey dudes, I just listened to this week's pod. Amazing, by the way. But one of the questions was totally fake. Someone described a scenario about being the most popular kid in school and trying to make the nerdy science girl prom queen after his girlfriend broke up with him for a reality star. But that is the exact plot from the Freddie Prinze Jr. movie, She's All That. Just wanted you to let you know because it wasn't cool. Anyways, I love you guys in the pod, Cat. What?
What? Oh, fuck.
Yeah, she's right.
I was so stoked on that question, I just realized.
Dude, I didn't even realize the advice I gave him was the same as what the guy does in that movie.
Hey guys, we put our hearts out on this podcast, and please do not send in plots of movies as questions. Like, we get personal. we're hoping that you'll get personal too. You won't just riff on what Freddie Prinze Jr. and Paul Walker did, although I'm stoked that you chose a Paul Walker movie. But fuck.
Yeah, man. That hurts, dude. Thank you, Catherine, for telling us an uncomfortable truth. We needed to hear it. It's like when you got a booger in your nose. Like, you're a little embarrassed that someone pointed it out, but you got to remove the booger.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I don't even want to finish the fucking podcast now.
Dude, you got this.
Keegan, hey bros, loving the fire pods. Recently I've accepted the pissing in sinks movement doctrine, where you piss in sinks because it saves water, but mostly because it is just way more convenient and ultimately a freeing experience. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if my bros will accept this practice. How should I get them on board? Keegs.
I had a bunch of boys in college do this. Gross as fuck.
I am absolutely against it. Chad, I'm so glad we're on the same page on this.
Yeah. You may conserve water, but you know what you also conserve? The number of friends you can make.
Oh, dudes. Oh, look. Oh, there's 3 open urinals. Nope. Taking the sink to conserve.
Are you peeing in the sink, dude?
Yeah, dude. It's way better for stuff and it's freeing.
I was going to wash my hands in that.
Oh, you're right, dude. It's fucking disgusting. I can't even do the full thing as the peer because I can't put my head in the head of a peer in the sink. I think it's gross.
Yeah.
I think it's super gross. And like, yeah, our rules of bathroom etiquette are arbitrary, but guess what? They're also fundamental.
Yeah. You don't pee where you put... Listen, hippies. You can take your water conservation and shove it up your ass, dude. Piss in a bush if you want to conserve water.
Yeah, pee outside, dude. But once you go into the bathroom, pee in the designated spots.
You're breaking the trust of the people who use those sinks to wash their hands.
And one more thing, Keegs. I love you, man. Sorry for coming down on you hard.
Dude, you know what I just came to my mind? I bet Poozy was a fucking sink pisser.
Yeah, if he was, when he stepped, he's so short, he'd have to like stand on one of his friends' like backs to do it.
Yeah. You know what? If we see him and he's peeing in the sink, we should give him a swirly in the sink.
Yeah, dude, feel free to pee in sinks if that's what you call Puzio's mouth. But dude, yeah, sorry, Keegs, that we came down so hard on you, dude. You're a sweet bro, and thank you so much for writing in and loving the pod, but I'm sorry, dog. Once in a while, we got to drop the moral hammer.
Boom.
Corey, what up, Chad and JT? I've got a real dilemma on my hands. Me and my fiance met on Tinder 3 years ago, and now we have a 2-year-old daughter and are getting married in October. Congratulations. You both and Strider are formally invited to the wedding. Dude, we will for sure go. We are a real miracle, and I love her to death in the family I've created. My issue is I haven't gotten a blowy since I took her to see the first 50 Shades movie in theaters. Yes, fucking 3 years ago. And I'm coming to the realization that if I don't put my foot down and work out a deal for some mouth hugs, I may never get my pipe smoked again. Her excuse is that she developed a bad gag reflex when she was pregnant and just doesn't feel like it. How would you dudes approach the situation? Love you, bros.
So she stopped giving the blowies after like first date?
Yeah. And he's saying that she has a
gag reflex?
Yeah.
Did I hear the phrase?
When she was pregnant.
Oh.
But I don't think she's not pregnant anymore.
I don't know. I've never really been in this territory. You're more experienced in the longer relationships, I'd say.
One, you're just better at getting blown than I am. Dude, it's tough, man, because you never want to it feels gross for both parties if you have to coerce them into some sexual behavior that they're not comfortable with. I think it's just communication, dude. It's an uncomfortable talk, but you have to tell her, look, I really love blowjobs. It's a way that I feel love. And you definitely got to be going down on her, too, because you don't want to, if you're not going down on her, there's no argument to be had. It's so tough, man, because you don't want to be a guy either who, blows up a beautiful thing because you're not getting blown. You're like, oh, I have this beautiful family. We have a beautiful relationship. I have a beautiful life, and I'm willing to toss it away because she won't blow you. But at the same time, it's something you enjoy, and it's not something if you had your choice, you'd want to live without. So, man, I would just really communicate with her about it. And honestly, dude, this is a weird thing to suggest, but couples therapy.
Yeah.
Because if you go to a therapist, they can like seem more objective about it, and they'll be like, well, here's why a blowjob is important to them. And then they can kind of convey the point to her in a way where she won't get defensive. And it might open up some other shit that helps out. And I really do think if you go to it, dude, you'll be getting all sorts of blowies. Mackenzie, what up, Chad? What up, JT? I'm a senior in high school, and as a proud listener of the pod, I'm thankful to you guys for amping me and my bros up during a shitty second period. You've brought so much camaraderie to me and the lads these past few weeks. However, ever since spotting JT in a Steelers hat on his Instagram story, I've been in a serious state of inner turmoil these past few days. I've shown this emotion to my boys because I'm no longer afraid to wear my tears as a badge of honor, just like JT said. Nothing they say can comfort me, though, and I think the only thing that will is an official apology of all of us. Please, JT, in the name of Paul and a pair of big old titties, I beg you to get that shit off your head. Sincerely, a concerned citizen of the universe.
Dude, he's hating on your Steelers, man.
I mean, it's not coming off my head, but I love you, dudes.
Back up your team, dog.
Yeah, dude, it's not coming off the head. Look, if you don't like them, it's a simple maxim in sports. Beat them.
Yeah.
If you don't like them, beat them. What team do you rep?
Yeah.
Are they Ravens fans?
I'd say I think it's time to separate fandom from the dude. I mean, you obviously have a ton of respect and love for JT. So, you know, I think you have it within yourself, because I don't think JT's going to ditch the Steelers like that.
Never.
I mean, then I think you'd have less respect for him. So I think you're at a point now where you can reach that level of maturity where you're like, all right, dude, you may like the team that I hate, but I can see past that and still love you as much as I do.
What up, Chad and JT? You guys are stoked legends. Love the pod. I'm writing in on behalf of myself and my squad in trying times. In regards to our lead bro, Ryan is a beast holding down several jobs, a gnarly school schedule, and still finds time to hit the gym with the boys and rage at our bro Soppers on the weekends, our main rage station. About a year ago, Ryan had his heart broken by a she-demon. Since then, he has been on a noble hunt for a queen to match his king-like status among the squad, respectively dating games and chicas one at a time, searching for a soulmate. 2 months ago, Ryan met a girl during a math tutoring session on campus and has since fallen madly in love. Her name is Megan, and from his description is a sweetheart, and a girl whom he seems to have real chemistry with. However, since this union, he has been missing gym sessions and ragers to accommodate this newly found love interest. This absence has weighed heavily on the squad of late, and we've reached out to him on several occasions to meet her. Following our request, he brought Megan to the gym to meet the squad during a Friday gym ritual, and she seemed like a real sweet girl. Yet something strange happened following our gym session. Ryan didn't bring Megan to the rager we had planned at Soppers following our gym ritual. Jumping forward, Ryan just broke the news to me that he has asked her parents for permission to marry her. Her parents said yes, yet I don't blame them for giving their blessing. Ryan is the best bro I know, a genuine hardworking dude and a hero among the squad. All this, however, just 2 months after meeting Megan. Even more troubling is that she is barely 18 years old, and I fear she has no real relationship experience. Myself and the squad include fear for this union because we don't want to see Ryan's heart get broken once again by a possible she-demon. Yet, also because we fear of losing our lead bro. Should the squad be worried about this girl not coming to our ragers? Do we trust this young girl to stay true to our most loyal and respected bro? Or do we respect his wishes and give Ryan our blessing as well? This is it?
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
The truth is, Ryan has a weakness.
Yeah.
It's not these girls. I know a lot of dudes like this who are excellent in every field, but when it comes to love, that's where their weaknesses manifest. And there's nothing you can do, dog.
All right, guys, that is it for episode 10 of the Going Deep with Chad and JT podcast.
We left on such a bummer, dude.
Yeah.
He'll be all right. You guys will be good.
Yeah, he's going to be a good dude. We just got to get out of here. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 10. Guys, check out our Patreon. We have bonus content on there, patreon.com/ChadGoesDeep. And keep writing questions. We love them. And you can submit questions at ChadGoesDeep.com. And thank you guys so much, guys.
Love you, dudes.
All right, later.
What's with me?